Hi everybody, I'm Trish Christ. In this episode of Our Nashville, NECAT and our super crew of teenagers spend some time with Nashville in Harmony. Artistic director Don Schlosser and his team are going to show and tell us all the cool things they do in our community. Are you ready, Don?
Ready.
You ready, super crew?
Yeah.
Let's make the show.
It's our Nashville.
It's our Nashville.
Es nuestro Nashville.
It's our Nashville.
We all know how to talk about our organization during meetings, but what about the chance encounter of a lifetime? You never know who may share your next elevator, notice your logo on a notebook or a tote bag, and ask what you do. What's the clearest, most persuasive thing you can say in a short elevator ride?
Nashville in Harmony uses music to build community and create social change. So we're a community chorus that represents the entire gender spectrum and orientation spectrum that's making a difference in our community.
Don, I'm so happy to have you here with us talking about Nashville in Harmony.
We're happy to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation.
I've got a lot of questions for you, so I'm just going to jump in with maybe the most obvious one.
Excellent.
What's the purpose of Nashville in Harmony?
Well, we have basically a threefold purpose. We're using music to build community and create social change. So we're trying to be the best musical arts organization we can, but at the same time for the purpose of building a community internally and building our community out yet larger, and then to change the community that we live in.
Very nice. You've been around quite a while, I think. Tell me, what year did you guys start?
2004, we started with a small group of, I think our first performance was 19 people. And we've grown over the years, sometimes almost unmanageably because it grew so fast. We tried to reach out in the community, and as we performed, people heard about us and saw us perform, and they wanted to be a part of what we were doing, and it became very exciting very fast.
What are the logistics of joining Nashville in Harmony? Is it all ages?
It is all ages. We try to represent the entire community. That's one of our goals, is to model the inclusive community that we want to see happen in the larger community. So we have an audition process. We call it a vocal interview because we don't want to scare people away by calling it an audition. So we call it a vocal interview, and basically we're just looking for people who have the minimal kind of music ability to be able to sing in tune and sing their own part independently. Most of the people that are in the group are not professionals. They're people who sang in high school or sang in college, and they're looking for an opportunity to sing again and looking for an opportunity to build a community and to make a difference in the community.
How many folks are we talking about? How large is Nashville in Harmony presently?
We have grown to as many as 140.
Wow.
We're singing now with about 112. We usually start the season with about 130, and by the time we just have natural attrition, by the time we do one of our main stage shows, we're usually around 112 singers. So it's a good group, a broad cross-section of the community, and we can make a big sound.
I bet you. I've heard you. You can make a big, wonderful sound. So if we're talking 115, 120, 130 people, that's a lot of logistics to take into account.
It is a lot of logistics. It's a lot of work. We have a very good leadership. We have a board, of course, because we're a nonprofit. So we have a board, and we have people who are passionate about it. It just amazes me that the amount of work that people do on behalf of the organization for the sole reason that they are passionate about the work that we're doing together and about the mission that we share together. They're not getting any kind of reward from it other than the experience of doing it and the opportunity to contribute to something greater.
And fun.
And fun.
It strikes me that Nashville in Harmony is a fun nonprofit.
It's fun and it's significant because we are changing lives. People who are in the group talk about the way their lives have changed as a part of being in it, but we also recognize that we're changing the community that we live in and changing the demographic and changing attitudes and changing minds in our community. So those are things that are important to us, and we recognize that that's value that we're adding to the community.
Definitely. Let's talk about these changes. So someone who has been involved in Nashville in Harmony for 1 season, 2 seasons, 15 seasons, however long it may be, what changes do you see in a person?
A lot of people will join the chorus because they're looking for a place to sing. because they have sung in the past and they maybe Googled and found out that there was a chorus in town, and they will join. Once people get involved in that, they realize that we're not existing for the purpose of the music. What I say is that for every other arts organization in Nashville, I feel like their product is their music. That they exist because they're a string quartet, or they're a barbershop group, or they're a jazz group, and their music is their product. And for Nashville in Harmony, music is not our product. Community is our product, and music is our strategy. So once people become a part of what we're doing, and they become not just connected to the music, but when they become connected to the mission of what we're doing together, and everything relates to that mission, people talk about the way that they came into the group looking for a place to sing, but now they become passionate about the work that we're doing, and they see the value that we're adding to the community. So there are stories about people there was one gentleman who joined the group and has been singing with us for a while, and over this past summer, his son transitioned from male to female. And so he said, I joined this group because I wanted to sing, but now I see why I'm here, because I, as a parent now, need this community and can help my daughter in a way that I could never have if I hadn't been a part of this experience.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the makeup of Nashville in Harmony, since you mentioned a father with a child who was transitioning. What kind of folks come together?
We are lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and allies. We used to use more often the terms LGBTQ, but we're finding as we grow into this and as new people join the chorus, we're finding that it's more difficult to label somebody with a single letter or add more letters to the alphabet to include more people.
Sure.
And we're seeing gender and we're seeing orientation as something that is a spectrum, more so than niches that you put people in. So we represent that complete spectrum. We have people on the complete spectrum of gender identity. We have people that are a complete spectrum of orientation. We have husbands and wives, we have gay couples, lesbian couples, we have people who have transitioned, and we have a lot of allies that are passionate about change and about standing alongside, being a part of justice issues. And we represent, as I mentioned, we represent the gamut of age and socioeconomic background. So we're trying to model this completely inclusive community.
Harmony in your title is not just about vocal harmony.
Not at all. That was intentional.
Exactly.
You're right.
No, not a happy play on words there, an intentional play on words there. Absolutely. Let's talk about changes that may happen for people who get to attend a performance.
Yes, we are always hearing stories about people who have new understandings and new awarenesses. We have one woman in the chorus who adopted 2 girls, and the grandmother, the biological grandmother, did not realize that the woman who adopted them was a lesbian. But she came to one of our concerts and she saw the work that we were doing, and her mind was opened and she realized what a valuable place it was to have her daughters connected there. My own brother came to one of our concerts, and his life was changed by just seeing me in that role and seeing what we talked about and what our mission was. And we had the opportunity to talk about that later, about how his understanding was broadened because he had the opportunity to hear us sing. A lot of times we will sing music, we always sing music that supports our mission.
Okay.
But sometimes the music is just for the pure enjoyment of being able to entertain our audience and perform. But the way that we introduce it, or the context that we put it in, or the stories that we tell around that, is a way of advancing our mission and advancing our values.
What type of songs do you sing? Are we talking about like we see on Glee and Pitch Perfect and sort of the popular choruses that are happening in the world these days? Is it pop songs that we're covering? Is it original music? How do you choose?
We do basically 3 different genres. We do original music that we write, we do pop literature, and we do some world literature, things from different parts of the world. We stay away from classical, generally, because there are so many groups in town who do classical music. We stay away from sacred, because there are groups in town who are doing that. But we look for things in other genres that can promote our mission. We're usually more in tune with the lyrics than we are with necessarily the genre. We're looking for those things that speak to unity, that speak to connectedness and values and equity and the kind of things that we're trying to promote. But we're looking for a wide variety of those things. So we reach into things that are more legit choral music, and we reach for things that are very poppy and fun.
Mm-hmm. I've had the chance to see Nashville in Harmony perform several times over the last few years, and it's a wide variety of types of events that this has happened at. Tell me how you get to be in front of different groups. If a group watching right now wants to have you come and perform at something they have going on, how can that happen? How does that happen?
It can certainly happen. We do 2 main stage shows, choral concerts every year, one in the fall and one in the spring generally. But throughout the year we'll do as many as 20 what we call outreach appearances, where we will sing for different kind of community events. Generally people come to us, they've heard us perform or they've heard about us, and so they would like to have that voice to be a part of what is going on. So people will contact us and invite us to sing for a variety of different things, and if it aligns with our mission, and if we're able to get people there for it, we would like to do that. We like to get out in the community. So we've sung for the Room in the Inn, and we've sung for the mayoral inauguration and the vice mayor's swearing in, and we've sung for various causes when there have been political things going on in the community. We've sung for that, but we've sung for Leadership Nashville, just a variety of causes, yeah.
Sure. You said there's a wide variety of ages in the chorus. Do you also have a young person's group?
We do.
Tell me about that.
One of the goals of Nashville in Harmony is to extend our impact in the community, and for a long time we've talked about the need to be able to create that same kind of community and sense of belonging and mission for a younger demographic. And so we started out by inviting teenagers to sing on our main stage shows, to join us for 1 number or 2 numbers or something like that. And that was kind of the way we got it going until we decided we needed to start a separate organization. So Nashville in Harmony birthed a group called the Major Minors. They chose their own name.
The Major Minors.
The Major Minors.
Fantastic.
But it's a group of teenagers, 12 to 18 years old, who are either gender nonconforming or allies, very similar to Nashville in Harmony. And it's been a phenomenal group. It's a small group, but it's kids who have found a community where they can be totally transparent and authentic in a way that they're not able to be at school. And in front of each other, they are completely accepted for who they are, wherever they fall. They're also teaching us about fluidity. That if somebody identifies one way one week and comes in the next rehearsal and says, well, now my name is this and my gender pronouns are these, and we say, welcome, we're glad to have you here. So they're able to experiment and experience acceptance as they figure out for themselves what it means to be authentic for who they are and to adopt their own personality and their own identity. Creating their identity and creating community while they do that. We've had the parents of those kids say that this has been a lifesaver, a literal lifesaver, as some of these kids were considering suicide and considering dropping out in different ways. But these kids have found a place where they're not just finding a place where they can sing, finding an opportunity to find their own voice and to share their voice, but an opportunity where they can create community while they do that.
That has to make you feel wonderful.
It's amazing, and at my age, it surprises me that I still have this opportunity to work with teenagers and have such an impact in their lives and give them the gift of finding their own voice and allow them to create, give them the opportunity to create community. It's very exciting, very rewarding. This is by far the greatest work I've ever done with Nashville in Harmony and the Major Minors.
My name is Hannah Ruth Maharan, and I am in the Major Minors. I heard of the Major Minors through Franklin PFLAG. It's such a welcoming community and everyone is so nice and just kind, and I just felt like I fit right in, even though I'm really odd and weird. I've liked singing for a long time. My dad and my mom are both really good singers. My dad's in the symphony chorus, so I've been singing for a really long time, since I was a baby. I always got mad at my dad when he sang along with me because I want all the attention. When we do it right, it's just so beautiful. It can be it's just such a sensation. You feel like your whole body is just happy, or it can be heart-shattering. It's crazy what it can do to you when it's done really well. In Major Minors, we've had those moments where it just sounded so good. I felt like I was not in reality. It was this group is amazing. And there are little groups everywhere. There's little social sections. It's when everyone talks to each other, it's not tense or anything. There's not the higher ups and then the losers. It's we're all equal together and we're all friends. It's really nice. I would love for more people to join because it just means so much to everyone in the group. And I think it's a great experience. It's a great community to be in. And it honestly just made me feel better about myself and feel happier just to be in such a nice social environment where everyone cares about each other. It's a lot different from middle school.
My name is Riley Engel, and what I do with Natural Harmony, I sing for the choir group, and I'm in the youth choir major minor. Well, we just sing, and then we have a little break in the middle of it, and then we talk about what we like and stuff, and we talk about random stuff, and I really love the rehearsals. Anything that they want us to sing, I always like, because it has a purpose and a meaning to me in the choir, so I'm always down for the songs. There are 3 different people that already are LGBTQ, people that can learn to accept it or already accept it, and then there's the people that will never get it. So it just depends on what audience we have. And I just like when we have audiences where they just cheer and we get a really nice applause at the end, and they actually get what we're singing about.
I'm Mason Brown, and I am a tenor in the major minors. My mom found it, and when I went there, I didn't originally want to go, but I went there and I wanted to try something new. And I was like, wow, this is really amazing. And it's become my second family. I'm not the kind of person that likes to meet new people, but I'm gonna say if you don't like to meet new people, then this is the kind of group that you should go to, because there isn't a lot of people, but these people are going to be there and hold your back, and no matter what. I think it's eye-opening because you don't really see certainly at my school you don't really get to see that because everybody's in one certain mindset, and I feel my the things I agree with and believe in are the things that the people in major minors believe in. So it's really cool just to see a whole new group of people that you didn't even think were there. We're not usually seen, so it's really amazing that we are able to be seen. Performances are really fun. We get to go to different places around Tennessee. We just recently got to perform with Jen Out, the group from Washington, D.C. And it was a really cool experience. We did some scavenger hunts in Nashville. We went to Knoxville, and it was really fun.
You have probably always been a musician. Am I right in guessing that?
I am, yes, I have always been a musician.
And I think you have you were also the musician for Nashville in Harmony. Am I correct
I'm
with
the
that?
artistic director, yeah.
Tell us about, is there accompaniment? Are we talking a cappella music? What's the musical side other than the vocal side?
We do some things that are unaccompanied. We enjoy doing that, but we also do things with piano accompaniment. We have a pianist that is our regular pianist who accompanies for us on main stage shows, and then we partner with other groups in the community if we need additional instruments to add variety or add extra spectrum to our programming. Mm-hmm. So if this is Nashville, we have...
Where are you going to find any musicians?
Right, where are you going to find musicians? They're everywhere. So we usually perform with at least drums and bass, but often we will invite brass players to play along with us, or a string quartet, or a larger group like Intersection Contemporary Ensemble. Mm-hmm. So we love making those kind of connections with other people in the community and broadening the opportunities that we can share with our patrons.
Logistically, that seems enormous to me.
It is.
Artistically and logistically, that seems enormous to me. Talk us through, Don, if you will. You've got a show coming up. Here's the piece of music we're going to start working on tonight. How does that happen? We
usually work about 13 weeks in advance. So we have a committee of people together that help me choose the literature. We get a theme together for the show. We decide what it is we need to say to the community. And then we'll start about 13 weeks before the show, have a kickoff rehearsal where we introduce all the new music, and then we meet weekly, learning the music, polishing it, memorizing it. We always perform everything from memory. And we also provide opportunities or resources for the singers. We provide instrumental tracks so that they can listen to those in their car, and we actually go into the studio and we record the bass part and the tenor part and the soprano part so that they can listen to those individually and learn their part. Because we're talking about people who are not full-time musicians or professional musicians. We're talking about people who don't read music generally, but they need to hear it and rehearse it. So we're not the kind of organization that 2 weeks in advance, here's your program, let's go. It takes us a while to learn it and polish it. So that gives us an opportunity then, as we're working through the season, to do different kinds of things in the community. The other thing that's really valuable about that is because it is not our main stage shows, and it's not just our performances, whether they're in the community. That's not where we find our value. Is that I have to remember that every time we get together for a rehearsal, there's value there. They don't come because they're preparing for a concert. They come because that hour, or the 2 hours that we're together singing, they find community, and they can sing together, and they can say, what we're doing matters. And they come back for rehearsal, not because there's a performance down the road somewhere, but they come because that time that we spend together is important to them in so many different levels.
The process is fun, not just the end product.
Right. We love to be together, we love to sing together, and we realize that what we're doing is making a difference. One of the things that I say is that if you want to, if you enjoy singing, find a choir. But if you want to change the world, join Nashville in Harmony.
I love that. Wow.
One of the things that we're doing to help create this community is forming a culture that the people recognize and want to be a part of. And a while back, some buzzwords I started using, they used to hear me say a lot, let's stand, let's sing, let's change the world. And that became kind of our buzzword, that we can stand shoulder to shoulder and use the music that we're learning together to change the world. We close every rehearsal with a quote from Margaret Mead, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed people can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." We use that to close our rehearsals with the major minors and with Nashville in Harmony as a way, as you walk out the door, to remember that what we're doing has great value.
That's awesome. It's sort of your namaste at the end of
Exactly.
at the end of the
Exactly.
experience.
And they come to expect that, and they join in with me as I say that together.
Lovely. What could someone watching you describe Nashville in Harmony right now do to further your endeavors?
We, in addition to the singers that we have in the chorus, we also have a community of volunteers who help with us. We call them our fifth section because we have soprano, alto, tenor, and bass, and we have a fifth section that are volunteers. We're very grateful for their work, providing help with our concerts, being out in the lobby or backstage, or helping in a variety of ways. So that's always valuable. But we're also very dependent upon our patrons who come to see our programming, to bring their friends, to bring their family, to support us, to help us get our message advanced. So there's a variety of ways that people can just connect with us, and if people want to find out ways, they can find out on our website at nashvilleinharmony.org.
And I'm sure you have social media, all different flavors.
We do.
Yes.
You know, we have people who do a great job at that. I don't understand a lot of that, but we have people who can do that, and they do it well, and I'm grateful for that.
Awesome. Here we are, Don, at my favorite part of the interview process. It's the speed round of questions.
Okay.
Just like we might have played when we were kids, where I ask you something and the first thing that comes to your mind, you just let it fly and we go on to the next one.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Yes.
Speed round with Don Schlosser. What is the most technically difficult song Nashville in Harmony has performed?
Eric Whitacre, anything by Eric Whitacre.
What song would you love for Nashville in Harmony to perform?
We're doing a song called Sogno di Volare by Christopher Tin, who writes for computer games.
Oh my goodness. In Italian?
In Italian, with lyrics by Leonardo da Vinci. Yes, it's phenomenal.
Wow. Okay, here's a big one. According to studies by the University of Frankfurt, which of the following is not true? Singing strengthens your immune system. Singing is a workout for your lungs, diaphragm, circulation, and oxygen levels. Or singing can reduce snoring and help provide deeper sleep.
I'm going to say the third one is not true.
They are all true, my friend.
I was going to say that, but that was a trick question. Yes.
It's a total trick question. They are all true.
None of the above.
According to the same study, which of the following is true? Singing is a natural antidepressant. Singing lowers stress levels, or singing can widen your circle of friends.
Oh, they're all true.
Yeah, you're on to me now.
Yes, exactly.
Have you ever cried because of Nashville in Harmony?
Oh my gosh. Almost every rehearsal. Because it just means so much to me. I'm so passionate about it. I had singers once who, we have a signature song that we sing called Why We Sing. We've done it throughout the history. This is the one song that we sing at every concert. And there are times when I just break down when we're singing that, and my singers will come to me and say, "You can't make that face while we're singing," because then they just join in too and start crying along too.
Sure. Have you ever laughed because of Nashville in Harmony?
Oh yeah, we have a great time together. It's fun.
What mark do you want Nashville in Harmony to make on the world?
That's interesting that you say that, because the one thing I think most about Nashville in Harmony is the opportunity to have a legacy, to make a mark on the community that makes the community more accepting of LGBTQ people and allies. That's why I do what I do.
It's beautiful. My last question is a very easy one for you, Don. What is your website?
NashvilleInHarmony.org.
Thank you very much,
Thank
my
you.
friend.
Appreciate it.
It's all Nashville.